I've never seen it.
You guys are going to hate my script.
Oh my God, I can't wait for your script.
I am so excited for this. So we've never done Friends on this show before.
Have you never seen
I've
any?
never seen a single episode of Friends.
Not a moment?
Oh! I might have seen a moment, but it's been. I don't
stop
even
the
know all the
recording.
names.
we turn everything off.
Caught in a lie.
I don't think we've ever. Yeah, this is so unavoidably huge. Sometimes something will be up. People will be like, "Oh, I haven't seen Gone with the Wind," or "Oh, I haven't seen Star." But it's like this is so big and sort of ubiquitous. Have you ever been to an unironic coffee shop?
What? What?
Like a coffee shop that's like, you don't even talk to me till I've had my coffee, but they don't have like, it's not hipstery. It's
like
just,
a live, laugh, love.
Like a real coffee. Yeah.
Like a-
sure, I have.
Target
Yeah.
art. Okay.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's pretty close to watching Friends.
Yeah. I guess Friends is it was never in my house. Like there were shows that were on in my house all the time. There was like Frasier and those kinds of shows that I watched, but my parents were never watching Friends, and I wasn't really interested in Friends. When I was a kid, I was watching like Walking with Dinosaurs. I don't give a fuck about the Friends, whoever they were.
Walking with Dinosaurs.
Thank you. That's why I mentioned it. You guys asked that.
That was such a specific drop.
On the BBC, there was this series called Walking with Dinosaurs that was like this groundbreaking CGI and practical effects documentary about dinosaurs. And I would watch it over and over and over because we had the DVD.
And it was a documentary?
It was, yeah.
How recent is
God.
this?
It was like the 2000s, early 2000s.
But harking back to Katy Perry's.
It was when Katy Perry reigned.
You talking about Carrie Patty?
Carrie Patty.
They're both two characters from Doug.
Carrie Patty?
This is Carrie Patty. It's an SNL character that didn't age well.
Carrie Patty is a diner waitress.
Yeah.
Carrie Patty is Hamburger Mary's ugly cousin.
Oh, you talking about Kathy Bates is Carrie Patty?
Oh my God.
There was a documentary that came out about dinosaurs. Like a Planet Earth sort of
Prehistoric
continuation.
Planet.
It feels like David Attenborough. Was it Prehistoric Planet?
Yeah, David Attenborough.
Is this the one where
did,
is he like locked up somewhere and they make him narrate things forever, all of the time?
And thank
Jake,
God,
a national treasure.
It's him and Blake Lively.
Oh yeah, now Blake Lively is narrating the next Disney Channel one. And I'm like, is this a PR scheme? Blake
why
Lively's
is
going to
she
tell me what a
there?
raccoon did yesterday?
Oh my God, what a raccoon did yesterday. Is one of the most horrible ways to describe a documentary, and it's painfully
It
accurate.
also sounds like how people on TikTok break down her scandal.
Wait, I was just watching a nature documentary, and Obama's voice was narrating it.
Famous.
Yeah, and it was orcas hunting a seal, like brutally, like circling an iceberg and cracking the iceberg and working together. And Obama's just there, happy-go-lucky. They're gonna get it or whatever. I was so distracted by his voice, like too famous and too specific
it took
a
you
voice.
out of what
Yeah.
was
It
did.
happening.
That
in
seal's
nature.
losing its life,
The
and I'm
one-
like, wow.
What was the dinosaur one that
Wow.
David Attenborough did?
Prehistoric Planet.
Because Prehistoric Planet, we watched a little bit of it.
It's really good.
Yeah.
But half of it is them making up what they figured they probably did.
You straddled the line
People are
of like
nasty bitches
it
over
being
here.
like too contrived and it being too sad.
Because I don't like when the animals die.
Yeah.
Even when it's fake.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I got too sad, and they're
Yeah.
just like, and then this one probably went over here, and I'm like, you can't say probably.
Okay, some of it is contrived, but contrived still grounded in like the reality of what could have been possible.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
the sauropods with the air sacs. You didn't watch long enough to see
No.
that.
And
you would-
I've never
and mind
made
you,
it
you
in
would have
air
hated this.
I haven't made it in air
But
sac into
basically,
a
it was
single
breeding season for these titanosaurs, and they all, which are these
Okay.
huge long-necked dinosaurs, and they all show up in the desert to fuck. And the males are doing this display where they pump up all these little orange balloons on
Okay.
their neck.
Okay, hot.
Because they found evidence that there were like air sacs in their skeleton to help them be lighter because they're so
Sure.
massive.
Oh my God, I want that.
Spell, and you should have it.
I don't know. I just when they make up too much, they were presuming too much, and I was
Yeah.
like, but I get sad. I got sad. We were watching Jurassic Park when the T-Rex killed a raptor. Even to
Yeah.
save the family, I got sad that the raptors died because the raptors
Oh,
did
yeah.
nothing wrong.
It is sad,
And now
yeah.
they're just here in this room being killed by the T-Rex
The
at a
did
gift
not
raptors
shop.
were bad. They were about to kill that girl.
They did. Whose fault?
The
Yeah.
girl's fault for shaking so much. She was. Her and her brother were constantly shaking. They're sitting.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
mean,
of course they're gonna
She
get
had horrible instincts. She was like, "Is that a Tyrannosaurus Rex? Let me get the flashlight and wave
You
it at
guys
its
are
face."
blaming women in tech. She's a hacker.
Hey,
Women in
remind you.
tech, women in stem cell research that led to the dinosaurs
She
being
was
brought
a
back.
hacker. I
She's a
forgot she was a
hacker.
hacker. She was
Yeah,
always
she
like,
does-
I'm in.
She's the only one who can hack Newman's computer. Even Samuel Jackson couldn't. do it.
Literally, quote, I'm a hacker.
I'm a
Yeah.
hacker. Stop, I'm a hacker.
Stop, I'm a hacker. She
Which is
just
what I yell at the
correctly
cops.
uses a computer program the way it's intended to be used.
She
Yeah.
does say
She's like,
I'm hacking, and then she just
hacking.
moves the mouse over a room and
Yeah.
clicks on it. She's
This-
like, I'm in.
This is what I love. I love stuff from that era, you know, from
Yes.
kind of the late 90s or whatever, before anyone had a computer or knew what a computer was.
Yeah.
When stuff was like, oh, wow, this is like cyber fun. And it's like
I absolutely
everything
love
on a
that,
computer
yeah.
was like a green three-dimensional grid.
Yeah, yeah.
And they'd be like navigating things.
They're just
Crazy.
like not even
Enhance.
hitting
Yeah.
buttons.
Enhance
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Enhance a third time. We made dinosaurs by enhancing 3 times. I do love it. I think that's the best. A character's whole persona could be, computers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have to be in a room with a computer.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Touch
Love it.
grass.
But
Love
I
it.
got
So
sad
whatever
when the
version.
raptors died. They didn't do anything. I don't like when
Yeah.
any animals die, but I eat them all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like when the goats die when they're being fed to the T-Rex. They
Sure.
didn't do anything wrong.
That I'm fine with. As a snake owner, totally fine with it.
You're a snake owner?
Yeah,
What's your
finally we
snake's
get there.
name?
Her name is Mrs. Gutierrez.
Finally, we get
Finally
there.
we get there. Her name is Mrs. Gutierrez.
Is she what ball python?
No, God.
I
Rosie boa.
Okay.
Presumptuous though.
I'm so sorry.
Well, it's a very common. A ball python is like.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a ball python, and there are a million colors. They're called morphs, and there's like a community of guys who create these. And then every morph has a stupid name. They're like, this is a tangerine sun glow beam. Like this is a high yellow. No, seriously, go to one of these conventions, and it's,
it's
a
a
man.
sativa.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
like weed.
indicating what kind of snake I have.
Yeah, you go to one of their tables and they're like, "This is all new. I came up with this. This is a bumblebee spider. It's het for albino." And they'll go into all the specifics, and it means nothing. It's just words. They're like, "This is a granite spider." Like what?
Like if they described every person with just sort of like colorful adjectives.
Yeah,
because we all
exactly.
look different, and
Yeah.
all snakes look different, and they're just like, yeah, but this. Are people like specifically breeding patterns?
They are, yeah. And those are and then like the breeders will create proprietary names. Like for the Rosie boa, there's a white one with black eyes from this guy named Keith Carlson, and that's called the Carlson Snow.
That's just the most new words I've had in a row in a
Snow.
while.
Yeah.
Snow, I knew.
brand
I've
new.
heard the word snow.
Sure, you have.
And Keith, and Keith out of
Sure.
context.
Yeah.
Just in
No
the
one really knows what Keith
No one knows what a
means.
Keith is.
Wow. Oh my god.
So that's why you haven't seen
Yeah.
Friends.
That. Oh, I guess they're supposed to be talking about that.
And that, my good friends, is why.
Friends
Mrs. Gutierrez is keeping you from it.
It just wasn't the sitcom I watched. It wasn't like
Yeah.
and I think I was in that weird pocket of time where it wasn't. I was too young to just be watching that show.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
also, by the time I was old enough to watch it, I just didn't care about it. The Office was on. What was I going to go watch Friends? I was watching The Office and Parks and Rec and stuff. I'm not
Yeah.
going to go watch
I've
Friends.
seen some
Yeah.
of Friends, but not all of Friends, and I don't think I really liked it all that much. But it certainly had all the characters that I knew from the pictures of Friends you could buy outside of Central Park.
What did I watch? Surely I watched. You know what? I haven't really seen How I Met Your Mother either.
Is there
I
a
haven't
show that you didn't watch while it was on that you've spent the most time is there something you watch because Friends is a lot of episodes to
Yeah.
go back and rewatch. Is there something you did that to?
Oh my gosh, all the time. I really love.
Like you were just really I just saw you just watched The Sopranos for the first
I've been
something
through
like
Breaking Bad a few times.
Yeah.
And The Sopranos too. I just did a rewatch of The Sopranos. Lately though, it's Veep.
And those
I'll
weren't things.
rewatch Veep.
Well, Veep is
constantly.
Veep is so
funny.
good.
Yeah.
It's also good language to have on just in the background. If you just want to
It
hear
is,
sort of
yeah.
like new verbiage that you forgot.
Gold-plated shit gibbon.
Right.
That's my
That's actually a
favorite
type
line
of
of
snake
words.
that I have.
Yeah. We just got these gold-plated shit gibbons in.
You don't
You're
have
gonna love 'em.
a GPS G? Those are pretty good. Well, I want to play, before we get into your script about Friends here, we're going to do, because you're a new guest here. On
He's
the
got
podcast,
nothing up
Vinny.
on his computer.
This is a
but-
brand new. No, I'm Googling like how to have a
pretending to
podcast
type.
that people listen to.
Yeah.
It's the Jurassic Park hacking screen.
Yeah. It is, it's just, you didn't. So what we're going to do this is get to know a guest. So I'm going to ask you a question, Vinny. Think of your answer. Bailey is going to guess what she thinks your answer would be.
Right.
And then you can give Bailey up to 5 points for accuracy.
Oh, amazing. Before we start,
Whoa.
when is your birthday?
July 1st.
Okay, you're a Cancer.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
But I'm sorry I'm a Cancer.
No, it's okay. It's not your fault.
Yeah,
It can't
That's
be
not
helped.
true.
I just feel that that's gonna It's gonna color.
Here's
some
what I'll
of
say. I don't act like that.
First
Here's what I'm saying,
question.
not like that at all.
What is Vinny's zodiac sign? Bailey, what do you think?
I'm gonna go Cancer.
Cheater! Cheater!
So we'll ask these.
Kyle's brother, take her away.
First
the
question.
bailiff.
Aside from Friends, what was another movie or show you considered doing for the pod? So Bailey, you'll guess what Vinny's answer probably is.
Oh, okay. Cancer Man documentary.
That sounds like a Kevin Bacon movie.
Cancer
Oh, you
Man.
haven't seen
Cancer
Cancer Man?
Cancer Man.
You couldn't believe Sean Penn didn't
made
win
it-
an Oscar for Cancer Man.
It's Kroger's version of the Elephant Man.
You can't see it, but he has it.
Yeah, it's there.
I'm gonna say Shawshank Redemption was on the list.
And I have to rank it based on accuracy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to give you no points because I've seen Shawshank Redemption.
Okay.
But you know what? No, I'm going to give you 1 point because I saw it fairly recently and it was in adulthood.
Okay, so 5 years
I
ago
think
you
that's
could have done
generous of you
Shawshank
to give me a
Redemption.
point.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you
You do get the
That's-
points that you don't give her, just so you know. And
Oh,
this is
wow.
a
That's
competition.
not. Give her 3 points.
He gives me more.
That's not
Okay.
right.
You know what? You get 2 extra points for your generosity. It's 4-3. What else was on your list? I remember Paddington. I believe was
Yeah,
on
I've
your
never
list.
seen any of the Paddingtons, which my friends love the Paddingtons. My adult childless friends love them. They love them. My friends with children don't talk about Paddington at all. But my friends without kids, Paddington.
Yeah.
What else was on that list? I have no idea. It
I
was
don't- was it Severance? Have you seen
Oh,
Severance?
I've seen Severance. I've seen Severance down, honey. I love Severance.
I definitely had it all.
There's a
pulled up
lot
here.
of really popular. In fact, my friend had to send me a list of movies to watch because sometimes, like working in the industry, people will talk about movies and I'll just be left out of the conversation nodding. Like I saw Silence of the Lambs very recently because it was on this
Yeah.
list, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I have to see it. Which, by the way, you know who's in Silence of the Lambs?
I do.
Leland Stottlemyre from Monk.
Oh, I didn't. I did know that.
You
I
guys
guess
watch
I've
Monk?
seen it.
He's the killer, and he's like, you're a great big fat woman.
I bet a lot of people would actually
my
say,
God,
"Do you know
yeah,
who's
that
in
guy, yeah.
Monk?
Leland
The guy
Stottlemyre.
from Silence of the Lambs."
No.
That
Yeah.
might be the order of. That might be his PEMDAS for his career.
While
if you
y'all
will.
were seated watching Friends, I was watching Monk.
Seated.
Y'all were seated. I was. In
Oh, I
middle school
stood up for
watching Monk.
Friends like it was a sporting event. Will they? Won't they?
Yeah, loved Monk. Watched Monk all the
What
time.
you have? Parasite. Was
I haven't
another
seen-
one on your
yeah,
list.
I have not.
I just saw your list of ones you
Oh,
have. Those
okay,
were the
gotcha.
3 that was
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
Next
well, I
question.
stand corrected, and I'd like to apologize to you.
Thank you, Bailey. It's your growth that's
apologize.
important.
You and I must make a pact.
Vinny, what would you say is your favorite movie? Bailey, what do you want to guess?
Oh,
Or a favorite?
Okay.
Your favorite?
Gone with the Wind.
Okay, so no points for that. That was
I'm
crazy.
actually taking
First
away
of all,
one
because
of
I
the
haven't
points.
seen. That was yucky.
I'm so sorry.
I haven't seen Gone with the Wind, but also not my favorite. I would say maybe it might be Jurassic Park. I do think it's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
You'd be correct.
Love the dinosaurs.
That is a great
You know what else I love? And it might be a little bit of a hot take. The Prince of Egypt, the animated movie. The Prince of
Oh my God.
I
what
think
a
that's
throwback.
a great movie.
Yeah.
And the cast, star-studded. I didn't
Who's in the
realize. Are you
cast?
ready?
Yeah.
The
Lock
guy
in.
from Monk, right?
You thought that was a joke. You think it's a funny little question.
Is he in it?
It's serious. He's not in
It's
Prince
the
of
Prince,
Egypt.
but it's Prints because he's such a good detective.
Okay. Are you ready? Jeff Goldblum.
Jurassic Park.
Also, Sandra Bullock. Yeah. Rafe Fiennes.
Great.
Oh!
Martin Short, Steve Martin. I think Ben Affleck.
Yeah, that's how you say
Ben
it.
Affleck.
Okay.
All in this animated movie.
Steve Martin?
And Martin Short, they're playing.
He was
with
they were both
big
the Prince,
boys
right?
Now.
Oh.
No, they play the
I don't know
the
this
priest.
movie.
Oh my God.
Really?
I've never heard of this movie.
Okay.
I would watch it
Atheist?
with my church friends.
Raised atheist.
Yeah,
Get a grip
wow.
of your
Can you
godless
believe?
little co-host.
Yeah, I gotta let the steam out of my collar at some point.
Yeah. You go let the steam out of your fucking dirigible, Mr. I Love.
I don't even know that word.
Oh, it's an air balloon, hot air
It's like a
balloon.
type of Keith. Oh.
Dirigible?
Oh,
Wow.
now the egg is on my face.
All right, current score 4-2. Oh, I have the name switch around here.
Oh, wow.
This is very important. Next question. Well, we actually talked about that. Have you ever had a movie poster up in your room? And if so, what movie? Bailey, do you think you have an answer here?
I feel like Vinny did not have a movie poster in his room.
That's a great answer, and she's absolutely correct. I did not have a movie poster. What I did have was like a large mural of a jungle.
Had you guessed that, that would have been 6 points.
Yeah, that would have been great. I had a large mural of a jungle, which I got a bunch of felt letters from Michaels, and I labeled all of the scientific names of the animal.
Oh my god!
So was it like it was a thing you could or you didn't? Did you draw it? I'm just trying to. Or was it like one of those blacklight posters?
I saved up money, and I got one of those like paper murals that you can get online and you can paste on your wall. And it was such a bitch to
How
put
big
up
is
to
it?
line it? It was
Like
huge.
a whole
It was like
wall?
a whole wall.
How old were you when you did this?
Oh, probably
months.
too old. Probably 14. Too old.
No.
13 or 14. 13 maybe.
That's okay.
I think that's great.
Sure.
I think that's very cool.
You can tell it's appropriate because we keep reassuring you.
You guys are keep
my God, so
speaking to me
cool.
in a tone that like reeks of being
No.
called virgin under one breath.
Great. Oh,
Yeah.
please, with the scientific names.
No, that guy fucks.
Your family, genus, and species are all there.
Oh, yeah.
Felt?
Next one.
Okay.
What is a popular or beloved movie that you don't like? Bailey, think of an answer here.
Oh, there's so many.
That you don't like.
I'm a hater. I'm naturally a hater.
I feel like maybe you hate the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, no. I mean, I don't like it when they're kids because get a grip, you know? Get a grip. Take a goddamn class.
You're in Harry Potter in theaters going,
Yeah. Would love to see some. This is me in the theaters. Would love to see some emotion on the ginger's face. Would love to see some expression on the ginger's face.
Acting is reacting.
Is
that's just the
Ron.
part you're just yelling at the employee at ArcLight telling you to keep your phones away. Would love to see some emotion on
Would
this
love to
ginger's
see some
face.
movement on the ginger's face. What movie don't I like? You know, I just saw Mickey 17 and I didn't love it. I thought it was honestly pretty bad. And my friends were like, it was fine, but I don't think it was fine. I really didn't like the movie at all. But that's not like a widely known beloved movie.
No,
I'm sure it has to be widely known and beloved. What are some widely known and beloved movies?
Do you like Marvel movies?
For the most part, yeah, they're not bad.
Do you like The Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, it's a little long, but it's nice.
Do you like A Few Good Men?
Have never seen it.
Those are the only three.
But boy,
Those are the No, go ahead. Here, I'll sit.
No, I'm not
Have
gonna
you
do it.
seen A Few Good Men?
No, I'm not. In this town, no. In this town, nary a one.
Oh, is it because you can't handle the truth?
It's a line that what's his face says.
Oh my god, I didn't know that. I was like, damn, Kyle.
You thought I was just like very intense follow-up question?
She said, "Kyle, did you make that up? Where did you say
Did
that?
you write that?
Write that down.
First of all,
movie?
you're a
Have
genius.
had wrote that down. Final question.
I hate so many movies. Just be aware, I
we
hate
didn't
so
even
many
get-
movies.
we didn't
I
even
can't
come up
think
with
of
one. You just
Yeah.
kind of like, do you like The Land Before Time?
Yeah, I do.
I love
Painfully
the
inaccurate, but wonderful film.
Yeah, they don't even talk like that.
hack. Yeah. No,
The way
they
the
don't.
Their
sauropods
accents
would
were
have,
off.
they would have abandoned their offspring. He wouldn't have been walking around with his parents. Are you kidding me?
His grandparents, no less. Come
And
on.
they
course not.
blink too much.
Yeah, no one talks about dinosaur eyelids.
Dinosaurs in
No,
their
they
big
don't.
wet fucking eyes. Disgusting.
Some with that moist-eyed dactyl.
Dactyl. He's,
Gross.
I shortened
For you to
pterodactyl.
shorten
just to save
pterodactyl.
time. You can't call him a ptera because that's like terraforming.
of course not. And
Yeah.
you definitely can't call them dinosaurs because they're not.
Yeah.
Spill.
We didn't think of any that you didn't like though. For all the ones you hate.
There's. You know what's crazy?
What's some other stuff there's been? This is me sitting down to write. What's some stuff there's been?
Me doing stand up? What else? What else?
You guys ever hear about stuff?
Yeah, you guys have heard of
What
stuff.
do you guys been for a living?
I don't know. Maybe we got to put a pin in it.
We will. Have you seen Pinhead? You see those movies? Hellraiser?
No, I haven't seen Hellraiser.
Okay.
Love the costume though.
It is a good costume.
What a little serve.
Okay, here we go. We got a couple more.
Okay.
Bailey, think of what you think Vinny's answer would be. Is there a movie that you love, but you avoid watching because it makes you feel too emotional or sad or sentimental?
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Maybe like a Studio Ghibli film. Maybe like Howl's Moving Castle.
Back at it again with the virgin accusation. Here's what I'll say.
I've only seen the remakes that AI did, actually.
I'm such a Miyazaki fan. I would say, you know what, Ray? the Ray Charles biopic.
Yeah.
It's really
is really
good.
good.
It's really
Jamie
good.
Foxx is
So sad.
maybe the most talented person alive, by the way.
We do not talk about him enough.
No one
No.
talks about
So
this.
I haven't seen him in anything new since David Blaine did magic for him in his living room,
Yeah.
and that was even
David
a while
Blaine
ago.
should be in a laboratory somewhere. Something with David Blaine.
It's
is
crazy he's free.
The stuff, yeah, it's crazy he's out. The
Like-
stuff, it's crazy he's running around. David Blaine doesn't do magic. He has powers. Like,
Yeah,
he
he's a
went to
witch.
an interview and he held, and I don't mean like magic powers. I just mean he can do things with his body that should not.
Yeah, even outside of like, is this your card? The way he's just like, look, I ripped my finger off and
Yeah.
I'm holding it. And
That's
like, will you
not
put it
magic.
back? He's like, no, it just
Yeah.
doesn't hurt that bad.
It's not magic. It's just crazy. He
Yeah.
went to an interview. I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Conan. I don't know. He was in the interview, and toward the end of the interview, he gags up a living frog.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God,
yeah. He loves to
yeah.
do that stuff.
He was holding it
Yeah.
at the bottom of his
Imagine
neck.
he gets pushed because like Martin Shorts really wants to promote something new, and so like, sorry, Mr. Blaine, you're not on for another
Yeah.
hour. And he's like, I have a fucking frog in me.
I have a frog in my throat.
I have a frog in my throat.
Someone gets some tea.
Jesus Christ.
That is disgusting.
It is disgusting. And can you imagine the frog? My God.
The frog just like still trying to get its SAG
It's
card.
It's so disrespectful to
They
nature
never talk
to do
about how
that.
all of the frogs he does that with kill themselves a week later. They never talk about that.
Yeah, they're just like Love
I
Island.
can't wait for that
contestants.
Really high
Jose.
suicide rate in those frogs.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx needs to be in more things.
Yeah.
He's
Because
such.
he's better at
Yeah.
everything he does than there's like a single digit amount of people that can do all of the stuff
Yeah.
he's good at.
It's crazy. He's like an incredible singer, dancer.
He'll do the best
actor.
impression. He does
Yeah.
the best Trump impression, and people don't even know. that.
Wildly
Wait,
funny.
I
He
didn't know
actually
that.
does
Yeah.
the best Donald
Really?
Trump impression.
Bar for bar.
But
Wow.
what is he on to? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
James Austin Johnson loses his job because Jamie Foxx joins SNL. Okay,
Okay.
one more.
All right.
Yes or no, and then if yes, which? Have you ever walked out of a movie? Bailey?
Based on the nodding, I'm gonna say
Based on
yes.
giving me
Sorry.
the answer, I'm
Sorry.
going to say yes.
Sorry. I was so excited.
I just I'm really good at reading cues.
I often walk out of movies. I'll say I almost walked out of Mickey 17, but the movie I did walk out of was.
Let her guess.
I can't say.
Then you get to say. Well, unless she's correct.
I talk too much.
No, you're killing it. That's me to David Blaine about the
The
frog.
Mary Poppins remake.
No, never saw it.
Okay, me neither.
Not us.
Wait,
we're
what
twins.
remake?
They made a remake, right?
Mary Poppins and
I
the
believe
Sorcerer's
you.
Stone.
Mary Poppins and the Sorcerer's Stone. She's just yelling him how to play big
Yeah.
chess.
With the Jim from The Office's real life
Emily
wife.
Blunt.
Yes, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
What was the last movie you walked out of?
I don't know if this is the last one, but this is in my mind the most famous one that I walked out of, which is
Great.
After Earth, that movie with Jaden Smith and Will Smith.
Oh yeah, the
Oh.
movie that movie to me always looked like they really wanted to make that trailer.
Yeah, it was staggering. I walked out and I got my money back.
Did you
I love
really?
that.
I did, yeah.
You talked to an employee?
I talked to an employee. I was like 17 or whatever that movie came out. I went and saw it. I left and I said, I'm so sorry. I would love to see a different movie. Could I either get my money back or could I see a different movie? And they were like, yeah. For sure.
Unfortunately,
Like,
they
it's
know the
been
movie you're
happening.
talking
Yeah.
about. Like, yeah, we have a give the money back button for that movie.
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
So funny.
That's great.
It's crazy.
Oh my God. Do you think they counted your like view as a box office dollar?
Oh, I'm sure they did. And they made $2.
Did that movie bomb
Matinee?
horribly? I feel like it did.
I think
probably.
it did. It was crazy. The accent choices, where they were trying to make an accent that was a combination of every accent on Earth.
Yeah.
What did it sound
And you
like?
know what?
Italian.
Apparently that sounds like South African.
Oh.
And so they were like attempting South African accents or something.
Are they both as consistent at the same thing as well? Because imagine if two different actors are supposed to be related, trying the same obscure, difficult to do accent.
It
You're
was
just like,
so
what's
odd to
happening?
me. I didn't
Yeah.
get it.
Wow.
I've seen that successfully done. Like in
Mickey 17.
The Expanse. There's a show called The Expanse.
I've heard of this, but I've
Yeah,
never heard
where
of
We've tried to watch it a couple times.
Apple
but
TV,
It's
right?
wonderful.
Bailey got
Try
tired.
harder, Bailey.
it. Okay, I'll try. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Bailey.
I hear
No,
so.
it's okay.
I shouldn't have yelled.
It's all right. I forget.
It's really good. The Expanse is great. Yeah. And the people on the mining colonies, they have a very specific accent that's like a mixture of island accents, and it's very good. It's great.
Great.
Okay.
Well, what do we got? I didn't give any points for any of the rest of the questions. I forgot about score. It's currently
Oh, I didn't give
7-5. Vinny is winning the podcast.
Whoa.
Good
We
job.
are going to real quick take a break, and then we're going to get into talking about Friends.
Okay.
You need to go to the restroom or want some water?
No, you guys need potty? No. Nope.
Anyone need potty?
You guys need potty?
To go?
You guys need potty to go. Potty.
Oh, man. I do love Chaperone.
She's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Oh my God,
Bailey's
Chaperone.
hometown.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about
Chaperone, Wisconsin.
when her parents take her to the show, they're the Chaperones.
Yeah.
That has to be why she chose that name, because it sounds like chaperone, right? Is that that's the joke?
No.
Bailey, no.
Her last name is Chapel.
Oh.
I know that. I
Nice.
think that's the case.
What was her social? She'd probably tell you.
I
She strikes me as
almost said
someone
my
who would tell
social.
you.
Stick with what you know.
Yeah.
I keep seeing these videos where it's like, someone will be like, "Oh, look, it's Chaperone at what is it called? At Coachella."
Yeah.
And then be like, "Oh, look, she didn't even wait." I'm like, I'm so over this.
Oh, people are really turning
people
on
seem to-
her
people seem to not.
right now.
Yeah, because she doesn't want to talk to the dregs of humanity.
Yeah.
You're all disgusting,
Yeah,
by the way.
look at you.
If you've made it to like in front of me, you're too famous. Like if you just
Yeah.
organically, I'm seeing you out and about.
Yeah.
Because I just found out Katy Perry went to fucking space. That
Your
is how
literal
behind
best
I am.
friend.
And didn't know anyone else in
Yeah.
the ship.
Yeah.
Who sent her? Did Elon Musk send her to space? I don't even care.
Jeff
sent her?
Bezos.
The idea that they were sent.
She
It
had to
didn't
go.
seem like I did see that she was supposed to make some announcement, which I assume is a brand deal with Amazon or something, and the broadcast cut out because the tech was
Oh,
bad. So she went to
Lord.
space and didn't even get to. It's like if I didn't let you promote anything at the end of this, it's the equal amount of weight. It's the equal amount of influence and weight in the fact that both of these go to outer space
I
briefly.
think I made a mean tweet about Katy Perry. What was my main tweet about Katy
my
Perry?
God.
It was probably just saying something
Please
she
recite
did.
it.
Oh yeah, she had she posted a picture of herself with a Cybertruck and was like kissing Elon Musk's ass.
Ew.
Oh, that was me.
And I referred to it as plastic bag behavior. I think about that a lot.
I mean, I think
my
all of LA
God.
turned on her because she was a big, giant Rick Caruso donor.
Yeah,
and
she just does whatever someone tells her to do. She
Yeah.
doesn't think
No,
about
yeah,
it. There's
yeah,
not a
yeah,
thought
yeah.
in her head. It's just a bean rattling around in a
6
bucket.
bangers, and I think you're fine to be an empty
That's
hollow
true.
husk forever if you
That's
want to
true.
be.
Yeah.
Just some undeniable ones. Speaking of Friends. Okay, so Friends.
I'm so
Okay.
excited.
What
for
do
this.
you know? What is there any Friends preconceived notions? Anything you want to preface with before we get into your
Here's
script?
what I'll say. I could not remember all of their names, and I could not remember the number of them that there were. So, and I didn't want to look it up, obviously, because I felt like that was cheating.
Jake, have you seen Friends? I don't know. I want to know.
Yeah, I've seen Friends.
Okay.
So you'll see some names in
Good for
here.
Jake.
Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. It was a shot in the dark.
Incredible.
I know one of the men is a womanizer and the other one's a little more nerdy. And I kind of guessed which
Yeah.
was which.
Okay.
I know virtually nothing about the women other than one is Jennifer Aniston.
You're right.
I know they don't all live together, but in my head, they do all live together in one apartment in New York City. In New York.
How you
That's the
pronounce it?
one.
Really close to writing Seattle, by the way. I chose
Just
New
because
York.
Frasier was on it,
Because
you're like,
Frasier was
everything's
on,
got to
I was
be
like,
here.
That's the capital of the world, baby. Seattle.
Frasier.
Speaking of space.
Yeah, I think that's what I knew, and that is, honest to God, the extent of what I know about Friends.
incredible.
Yeah.
This is like if I asked you, you've never seen The Lion King, you're like, I think there's animals.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying I'm not stupid.
No.
I'm just
I
saying,
mean, it's like
I think
I'm just no. I'm not nothing. I'm just saying it's crazy how little has permeated because this
Yeah.
show is like a very against your will cultural show.
I think the thing is my friends don't really talk about Friends. It just never happened. It didn't come up, and I guess
That's fine.
now
I
is.
I think this is all positives.
Right.
All right,
can't wait.
cast it however you'd like.
Oh, I don't know, man. How many people did I put here? Okay, so we got the characters are Ross. The characters are Ross, Rachel, Monica, Louise, Chandler, and Anthony.
Great.
And okay, so
You can even just cast as we go if you want. It's up to you, however you'd like to do
how
it.
about you? You be Ross.
Right.
You be Ross and Chandler. You be Rachel. and Anthony.
Okay.
And I'll be Monica and the stage directions.
Wonderful.
Okay. And we just dive in.
Whenever you're ready.
Interior, penthouse apartment, night. Ross, Rachel, Monica, and Louise all sit in a conversation pit, drinking wine and yapping. Their faces are illuminated by the dappled city light streaming in from their massive floor-to-ceiling windows.
Hey, Monica, can you pass the cheese plate?
Haven't you had enough? You've been grabbing after that cheese all night.
I can never get enough. I'm an animal.
Everybody laughs. Ross grabs a fistful of Parmesan and stuffs it into his big, gaping maw. He is struggling to chew. Just then, Chandler enters in a huff. He slams the door behind him. Louise is startled by the sound and runs into the windows like a bird, knocking herself out. She lays on the floor unconscious.
I hate women. I hate everything about them. Their hair, their breasts.
Chandler picks up a notebook in a rage and attempts to tear it. He strains until his face turns red, then gently sets it down.
Oh, here we go again. What happened this time, Chandler?
Did the party not go well? Chandler plops down on the sofa. Louise regains consciousness and rejoins the group.
I just don't know what's wrong with me. I'm a good guy, right? I'm nice. I'm clean. I listen.
Rachel rolls her eyes.
So what? You're nice. You're clean. I say the same stuff about my French bulldog.
Rachel, you're so bad.
You know me, girl. I spent a fortune on that dog. I'm going to bring it up.
Rachel, Monica, and Louise clink their wine glasses and cackle uncontrollably. Monica farts a little bit. Louise is startled by the fart and runs into the glass windows like a bird, knocking herself out. Ross strains to laugh as he still struggles to consume the hard cheese rolling around in his massive trap.
You will all learn to respect me.
Chandler quietly gets up and walks toward the front door. He removes a key from his pocket and locks it. He throws the key out the window.
I have too many friends. It's time to make some tough choices.
Chandler reaches into his pants and removes a revolver from his crotch area. His crotch was hot and the apartment is cold, so the gun is steaming a little bit, as if it's fresh out of the oven. He points the revolver at the group and cocks it.
1 bullet for 1 friend. Who will it be?
Everyone instinctively lifts their hands up. Louise, who has regained consciousness, walks over and joins them. Chandler, I can't believe you're pointing a revolver at us again. You specifically promised you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, man. This is really disappointing.
I don't care anymore. You guys are so mean to me. You're always spending time with Ross and leaving me out.
Of course we spend more time with Ross. Ross is gay.
What?
Chandler looks over to Ross, who is still gagging on a mound of aged cheese. Ross hoists his shirt to reveal a giant rainbow flag tattoo in the center of his abdomen.
No way.
Believe it. Ross lifts his shirt even higher, revealing a photorealistic tattoo of Clay Aiken, the first gay man, on his nipple.
I'm not sure.
Ross turns around, revealing a full-length back tattoo of the Twin Towers kissing each other.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Ross attempts to smile, saliva dripping from his huge open gob. Chandler smiles. Chandler smiles back and lowers his gun.
I'm sorry, you guys. All this time I thought you were the bad friends, but it turns out I've been the bad friend all along.
Hey, don't beat yourself up. I think we all need to be more honest with each other. Rachel, do you have anything to share?
Yeah. I don't have a French bulldog. I don't know what kind of animal it is, but it's definitely nocturnal because it's biting me at night.
They all hug. Chandler sets the gun on the coffee table and opens the window. Just then, Anthony enters.
Anthony.
Hey, everybody, I'm back for my shift at the meatpacking plant. I found our key outside on the sidewalk. Any idea why it was out there?
Everybody laughs. Anthony sees the gun on the table.
No way! A water gun!
Anthony grabs it and points it at Ross. Anthony, wait! He pulls the trigger. The sound of the gunshot startles Louise, who runs through the open window. Tight shot on Ross's eyes. Slow zoom to reveal the bullet is caught in the bolus of cheese in his mouth. Everyone freezes for a second, then laughs hysterically. Monica, who is a doctor, pulls the bolus of cheese from Ross's mouth, revealing a tiny Mount Rushmore of all of their faces. Ross had been carving it with his tongue the whole time. And that's what friends are for. Blackout.
Wow. Incredible use of the word bolus.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
I
so
learned
much.
it when I went to a cadaver lab in high school.
Been waiting to utilize it ever since.
I've been waiting to use bolus. It's so infrequently used. But it's really the only way to describe a mass of food inside.
Oh, wow. I am more than anything excited to add the laugh track in post. And,
Oh my God. It's a multicam.
Yeah.
Oh, of course it's a multicam.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Wow.
We're going to take another quick break and come back, and we're going to talk about accuracy and take a little quiz about Friends.
Right?
Let's go back through these character names and talk about Friends.
Yeah.
So there are 6 friends,
Okay.
which I think you got.
Gotcha.
If Anthony is one of the friends.
Anthony's one of the friends, but he works.
He's the one with the
He
job.
has a job.
He works.
I don't know how much I've seen some. I think they live across the hall from each other, maybe.
So
Rachel has an
the girls
apartment.
live together and the guys live together.
Yeah. Okay,
The
gotcha.
realistic part of the show was needing 2 roommates in New York when I don't even know how old they're supposed to be in the show.
19.
No way. Oh,
I actually Rachel is correct. Monica is correct.
Okay.
Chandler is correct.
gotcha.
Ross is correct. But
Okay.
then Joey is one of them.
Oh, Joey Tribbiani.
And
Yeah.
Phoebe is one of them.
Yeah.
Phoebe. Who the fuck is Phoebe?
Well, I mean, look, Louise you wrote as Phoebe.
Louise
this is like
yeah.
constant. Phoebe is sort of like the goofy sort of. They would like. I mean, she's like the free in the show.
She's the
She's
dumb
a very
one.
normal person.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
compared to the rest of them, she's like the free spirit. She would be the one I would picture running into a window over and over again.
Oh.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've heard of anyone on a TV show named Phoebe besides Miss Thing from Magic School Bus.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
That was Phoebe.
No, this was
This
like
is her.
I
too.
think a lot of I would say this is based on literally nothing except pure. I bet there was an uptick in the name Phoebe for kids because of this show. Because
Yeah.
I think that she was a big favorite.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, holy shit.
What is her
This
name?
is a total tangent, and I'm so sorry I'm about to do this. But
It's fine.
You guys know that movie with Tom Hanks where he falls in love with a mermaid?
No.
No.
Okay, there's a movie with Tom Hanks. He falls in love with a mermaid.
I think it's a volleyball.
Stop it. This is a different film. He falls in love with a mermaid,
Oh.
and the mermaid, she, becomes human, kind of. It's kind
No
of
idea what movie this
a
is.
reverse. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, look it up. Anyway, eventually they're walking around, and he's like, "You have to pick a name for yourself." And he's like, "What name do you want to pick? Maybe a name after a city." And she's looking around, and she's thinking of. He's listing cities, and he goes, "Madison," and she goes, "Yeah, Madison," and she's named Madison. The name Madison as a first name did not exist until this movie came
Until
out.
Wait, are you
Splash.
kidding me?
My friend said this. Everyone looked at him, and we were like, "Shut up, idiot! You don't know anything."
That is
It's
insane.
until 1984's Splash. Girls were not named Madison. It did not happen. It was not a name.
Oh my God.
And then the movie came out. Everyone loved it. Started naming their kids Madison. People forgot about it and kept naming their kids Madison. But it hadn't. It was
They
because
had
of
no
Splash.
idea what the origin
And so
was.
she just saw a
yes.
map of Wisconsin
He
in
was
the movie.
he was listing cities. He was like, maybe a name of a city, and he was
couple
like,
funny sounding
Cincinnati,
ones,
yeah,
and
and
then-
then Madison, and she goes, yeah.
because of a mermaid and a Tom. That is
Oh
wild.
my God. And it was it's lost to
Yeah,
the,
it's lost
the
to time.
ages. That's so
Anyway,
sad.
sorry. It was a little bit of a tangent, but also quite a gag.
And applicable.
That you guys would like it.
That is crazy.
love that
I mean,
story.
I think this show, Friends, I remember the Rachel hairstyle thing being a whole thing where
Yeah.
everyone wanted to
The
get their hair like Jennifer
Rachel.
Aniston. You had a great Jennifer Aniston voice, by the way.
That
you.
was really good.
Oh, gosh. Ah.
We're not recording, but this would play really well if we were recording.
We're not recording as crazy. The lights on, cameras up.
I just want to sweat when I talk with my friends.
Yeah.
I don't know if
it.
anyone
It's so
made
good.
what's Chandler's
Chandler.
first name? What was his last name?
Bing. Chandler
that's
Bing.
right. Yeah, they named that strip club in The Sopranos after him. Joey Bada and Chandler Bing.
The Disgusting Brothers.
It was named after Bot
Disgusting
A.
brothers. It's Phoebe Buffet.
Wait.
No,
I'm not kidding. It's Phoebe Buffet.
Those are two of Rachel's hairstyles. Or the Phoebe and the buffet.
Yeah.
It's Jimmy Buffet.
Okay, wildly popular show. And
Ross
was what's his face?
David Schwimmer.
David
Yeah.
Schwimmer.
What's his last name? Boss?
I think it's Boss.
He's Ross Boss and Phoebe Buffet.
Boss.
Ross and Monica are
I believe
siblings.
it's Dress for Less.
That's
no?
You haven't been to Phoebe Dress for the Same?
It's about a group of friends. They're all Maxinistas.
Yeah.
Thomas J. Max.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what I want to do is, because Bailey, you have seen Friends.
I have seen Friends.
Yeah.
Famously, you've seen Friends. We're going to
Yeah.
play a game on this podcast right here called
It's rapid fire trivia about a movie we're seeing the movie that you really wouldn't help you with the trivia that much.
This is rapid fire
Wow.
trivia about a movie or show where seeing the
that.
show would probably help you with the trivia of the game. So how this works is I'm going to ask you 10 questions about Friends, where seeing Friends would definitely help.
That was fucking sick,
Thanks.
man. Wow.
A good song.
You can see the range, the amount of games we have. This is the amount of theme songs we have.
Wow.
So I'll ask you a question. Vinny, you'll get a chance to answer first. Bailey, you'll get a chance to steal if Vinny is inaccurate, and then whoever's closest will get points.
Okay.
All right.
So definitely, this is trivia where if you saw Friends, it would probably help you with the trivia about the show Friends.
Yeah. Okay.
Question 1.
Yeah.
How many seasons of Friends are there?
20.
20. Bailey, you want to?
13.
There are 10.
Oh.
10, so it'll be 1 point for Bailey. We'll say 1 point. How many episodes of Friends are there, Vinny? Wait. Sorry, I forgot everything we're supposed to be doing right now. Wait.
This was back when there were.
Here we go.
Oh, music.
Little background music.
Okay, so
How
this
many
is back when
episodes of Friends
There were
are
a lot of episodes per season, so I would say probably 212.
Bailey, you want to give a guess? Try and get closer.
I'm going to Price is Right it. I'm going to say 220.
There are 236, so I'm going to give you both 2 points for that. That feels
Yeah.
like everyone
Okay.
gets 2
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
I think you have to.
Vinny, finish this famous Friends quote from Ross. We were on a...
Boat.
Bailey, you want to steal?
We were on a break.
We're on a break. That's 1 point for Bailey. What... Vinny, I know we all know this. What meaningful gift does Ross buy Rachel in the season 1 finale? What was that again?
He gets her he gets her a Boba Fett chia pet. He gets her a Star
Bailey-
Wars chia pet.
Bailey, do you want to try and fill in any of the missed details there?
I don't know the answer to this, and I definitely don't have a better guess.
Great.
But I am going to say an engagement ring.
It is an antique pin that she admired for months before. That's 2
Oh.
points for both of you for putting a guess in.
Wow.
Vinny, which friend found out about Monica and Chandler's relationship first?
Okay, here's the thing. I think it would probably be one of the girlies, right? And I would say probably Jennifer Aniston. That's probably Rachel.
All right. Bailey, do you want to
Right?
give a different guess?
I also don't know the answer to this. I'm going to say I agree that it would be one of the girlies, but I think it would be Phoebe.
It was Joey.
Okay, so it was one of the girlies, but it was Joey.
Yeah.
Rhymed with Phoebe, but no points.
Doesn't?
Phoebe, Joey? Nah, it doesn't really.
No.
It's a slant. It's a slant rhyme. Yeah.
What's Joey's agent's name again? I forgot.
Oh. Big Maria.
Big Maria.
Big Maria, and she makes stars.
Bailey, you want to give another guess?
I don't know either. I'm gonna say.
So you're saying Big Maria is wrong?
No.
Wow.
I think
upfront.
Big Maria is probably it, but if it's not Big Maria, then it's just another guy named Joey.
It is Estelle. I think that's 2 points. Big Maria is pretty close.
Yeah.
Mine was a woman.
That's shockingly
Yeah.
close. Yeah.
Vinny, in the season 10 episode 7 episode titled "The One with the Home Study,"
Yeah.
what do we find out Rachel is afraid of?
Home. I don't know, man.
Bailey, any guesses?
Bats.
We're looking for swings, like a swing set. I'm gonna say home is closer than bats.
Yeah, home is definitely closer than bats.
What other TV show character is Phoebe's delivery room doctor obsessed with?
Other TV...
A TV show character from a different, obviously a different show.
Yeah.
What TV show character that is real in a show that we could have seen is Phoebe's delivery room doctor obsessed with?
What would be funny for a doctor to be obsessed with and existed back then? What's the one with Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
That's a good guess.
No, it's not.
This show ended in 2004.
Friends did?
94 to 04. You remember when a show was on for 10 seasons in like 11 years?
Oh,
Maybe Teen Titans.
I long.
Teen Titans.
Teen
Raven
Teen
from
Titans.
Teen
Raven
Titans.
from Teen Titans. Yeah.
We are looking for Fonzie.
Oh,
Fonzie. No points awarded there. Although I bet he likes both of those shows.
I bet he does too.
Henry
He's so
Winkler
good
seems like a
natured.
gem.
Yeah.
Couple more questions. What character speaks the last line in the whole series, and what do they say?
Jesus Christ. And the line is, I am.
Jesus Christ shows up at the end.
I don't know. It could be anything. Why not make it fun? He says, I
Bailey,
am.
you wanna
Or
give a
I
different question?
forgive. He says, I forgive you.
I'm gonna say Rachel, and I think she looks straight at the camera and goes, "Friends."
It is Chandler who says, "Sure, where?"
Oh, wow.
I saw the
Okay.
context was Rachel was like, "Do you guys want to get coffee?" And he goes, "Sure." He's making a joke because they
Yeah.
always go to the
Because they
same
got
coffee
the
shop.
same. Yeah.
Final
yeah.
question.
Y'all, carpet
Final
here.
question.
The carpet looks like Spanish rice.
That was the last line of the show. He hadn't looked down in 10 seasons.
For the first time.
Vinny, can you name 3 shows that are more like this according to the Friends IMDb page? There are 12. Can you name 3
More
of-
like Friends.
If you
Okay.
like Friends, you'll like this.
Oh.
If you like Friends, you're going to like the one. You're going to like... here's the thing. If you like Friends, you're going to love probably How I Met Your Mother.
That is on there.
You're going to love... What else is in that vein? Probably Frasier, maybe?
Frasier is not on there.
And The Big Bang Theory.
That is on there.
Oh!
Nice.
One more, and
One
you win
more.
the whole game.
Bless you.
Okay, given that it's so popular and they're deviating a little with The Big Bang Theory, then I'm gonna say The Office.
The Office is on there. That's 3 of the first 4.
Hey!
Congratulations, you won.
Why does the boys deeper? That's crazy.
Because it's a boy bow.
That's crazy. That's not right.
This gets crazy. So Big Bang Theory, The Office, How I Met Your Mother, and Modern Family are the
Yeah.
first 4. Then it gets absolutely nuts. There is Stranger Things,
What?
and then they have Friends: The Reunion, which I understand.
What could be stranger than
Sherlock,
friendship?
Game of Thrones, Queen's Gambit, Breaking Bad, and Suits.
They're
Queen's
just doing popular
Gambit?
shows.
Are these
that's
just
it.
like binge things?
Yeah.
Is that maybe what they're doing?
Oh,
Like
that
what
has to
millennials
be.
binge to feel okay?
The Queen's Gambit?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just like because Friends, I think, was sort of a massive thing on Netflix. for a
Queen's
while.
Gambit, by the way, incredible.
Oh,
Yeah.
Does not make me feel good when I
Also
watch.
could have been called Lack of Friends.
Ooh.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
so true.
Checkmate. I forgot her name. I almost said Aria.
Anya Taylor-Joy?
I almost said Aria Good.
No. She's
Anya
playing
Joy,
chess.
Aria Good. Aria. She's pretty good at chess.
Are you good? No.
I'm great. All right, we
Anya
have
Taylor-Joy.
current score. Let me just add some numbers on here. 18 to 13, Vinny, you're winning the podcast right now. Congratulations on how this is going for you.
Good job, Vinny.
Thank
let me
you,
see what other
guys.
games we have.
What am I
here.
going to do with all the
Oh,
money I
that's
get?
right. I have a new game that I wanted to do. It's sort of a continuation of the Friends trivia game, but this game is called What Do You Think the Zodiac Sign of That Character from TV is?
I was
Yeah.
born
So
to
I'll
play
give you
this
the
game.
character's name. Vinny, you get a first guess just based on what you know about their personalities, based on what you wrote their personalities to probably be, and everything we've talked about, what you think the zodiac sign of those characters are. I looked up the birthdays. There's an episode of Friends called The One Where They All Turned 30, and apparently it has flashbacks to all of their 30th birthdays in it, so that's when the canon birthdays were implemented into the show.
Oh.
So they do all have sort of, but then there's apparently so many inconsistencies that they don't know.
Yeah.
But this is based on that. because if I don't say where I found the birthdays, people are going to message me and be like, well, do you know she actually said she was 30, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
This is what we're basing it off of.
People, creatures.
What do you think Rachel's zodiac sign is?
Rachel is a Virgo.
I was also gonna say Virgo.
Rachel is a Taurus.
Oh, we were close.
I suppose I'm
Were
going to
we
take your word
close?
on it.
I have no idea.
Sign?
I haven't even had this. I could have been doing this horn the whole time. Monica. What do you think Monica's zodiac sign is?
Monica is for sure, a Scorpio.
I was also gonna say Scorpio.
This is crazy.
I'm
Monica
not kidding.
is an Aries.
I'm making all
No,
this
she's
up.
not.
March 22nd.
No. Yeah.
Very close to.
She needs to march her ass to a different birthday and be a Scorpio.
Amen.
What if you looked over? I had nothing in my hands. Not even my hands weren't even at my mouth. I wasn't even doing.
If you
like
didn't
a
have hands,
whistle or
what would that
whatever.
have been? That would have been you farting with a blade of grass.
I don't
in your
even
butt cheek?
have hands. You haven't even noticed up until this point. Phoebe.
It's an Aries. Oh my god.
Phoebe, who from
Or
what I
Louise.
understand is a fuck up, is who's kind of the clumsy fuck up. Phoebe's a Taurus.
I was gonna say Libra.
Phoebe, born February 16th, is an Aquarius.
Oh,
What do you-
fine.
I don't know what any of it means, but I'm saying it like confidently, like I made these character
Yeah.
choices. Joey,
Joey's got to be a Leo.
Yeah, Joey's Italian. You got to be Leo.
Capricorn. It's almost a type of meat.
Yeah.
There's no way.
People
Can I
eat
get a
goat all the time. What do you mean almost?
Oh, I mean, like, can you get a capricola sandwich?
Oh, Maron.
Chandler. We're going until you get one. I'm just going to start doing the side characters
Okay.
who have canon birthdays.
Chandler.
Okay.
Brad Pitt for that season.
Chandler is, oh God, which one's the dork? Or is he a dork or is he the womanizer? No.
Maybe a Pisces.
Yeah, I would say Pisces.
Chandler's also an Aries.
What?
Final one, Ross. I'm giving people listening a chance.
Ross is a Cancer.
I also think Ross
Not
is
just to the
Cancer.
friend group. He's a Libra.
Ugh.
I don't know what any of it means, but I wanted Bailey to get
What
frustrated.
happened to
at
the
some
real
fiction.
writers?
This is what happened when the writers go on strike.
Yeah.
For real. I mean, that's a disgrace.
All right, we have 2 more games that we're going to play here. We're pivoting off of Friends now. This game is called Before and Afters.
Before and afters.
How this works is 2 movies have been smashed together into one movie. I will read you the smashed together plot. You have to tell me the smashed together title. For instance, Predator, which would be Predator and Tar put together, which honestly, same plot. You've seen
The predators hunting in South Carolina. It's a predator.
You can work together on this. I will read you the plot. The 2 of you just have to come
Okay.
up with the title. First one. A corporate drone employee enters a blissful state of not caring and switches faces with a criminal.
Oh, it's face off something. Face office.
Office.
Office face.
Office face.
Office face off.
Yeah.
That is correct. Face,
Yay.
office, space,
Oh my God,
office,
teamwork.
space, all would have been accepted.
Office buffet.
Next one. I like office space.
I like that too.
Decades after the apocalypse, a young girl snatched from the green place tries to find her way home but gets caught up with a man who ages backwards.
Okay, Benjamin Button.
Benjamin Button for sure.
What is the girl who was stolen from the green place?
I don't know what movie that is. I don't know any movies. It's not Age of Adeline. What is that about?
I don't know. Isn't that Blake Lively?
I don't know. But Benjamin Button.
Ben. Okay, so
Benjamin
whatever it is,
Button.
it's going to end with like Ben.
And it's post-apocalyptic Earth, right?
Decades after the apocalypse, a young girl snatched from the green place tries to find her way home but gets caught up with a man who ages backwards.
Mad Max Benjamin Button Road. Mad Max Benjamin Buttonosa.
You're living in the right world.
Yeah.
What's the beginning of the title?
Mad
Mad
Max.
Benjamin Button.
Oh, the curious.
The Curious Case of Furiosa. The
Curious Case of.
The Curious Case of Mad Max.
Look, just before anyone has a small stroke, the Furiosa case of Benjamin Button.
Oh,
And here's what
my
I'll say: there's
God.
no way anyone could have gotten that.
Oh my God.
The
That's why
Furiosa.
the horn has a downturn.
The Furiosa Case
That's Chandler saying it.
of a Benjamin
I
Button.
think he's a Furiosa, isn't he? Next one.
Yeah.
If you hated that one, From the makers of that one comes worse ones. None of the rest of them are as good as Face Off Space. Okay, here we go. A young driver aspires to be champion of the racing world with the help of his high-tech Mach 5 automobile and his wife, who just gave birth to a lizard-like creature that won't stop screaming.
That's all you, Mama. Go ahead. I would take it from here.
I thought you were just saying Furiosa Case again.
I feel
I
like
have
maybe
no
the
idea.
first one is Speed Racer.
Speed
Racer?
Speed Lizard.
Speed Lizard. Speed Gator.
Speed lizard.
Gator. Speed Gator. We're guessing Speed Gator. That's done.
We would like to submit
I like
Speed
this game because
Gator.
new words are
Yeah.
said for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, it is.
I like that he goes like, no, we are done, and we are.
I
saying
think I'm
Speed
done.
Gator.
I have no idea.
We are looking for
Speed Gator.
Speed Eraserhead.
Oh.
Never seen Eraserhead, but crazy for it to be called Eraserhead, and it's about a lizard baby.
Oh yeah, that's
I-
where they get you.
What happened to real
I
writers?
would
Whatever happened to that
never
David Lynch
say
guy?
that thing is a lizard baby.
Sort of like a mutant lizard
It's a
baby.
mutant,
I would
yes.
just described it how David Lynch did.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, how'd that work out for him? Two more. They
Yeah.
are worse. After
Great.
losing his mentor, a web-slinging hero travels to Europe to stop two thieves from breaking into his home by using booby traps.
Oh, Spider-Man Home Alone 2.
Spider. Yeah.
Spider-Man Far From Home Alone.
Oh my God.
Hey!
Perfect answer, which is worth 1 point.
Oh my God. Good job.
All right, this is the last one.
no
This is one of the worst
Speed
ones we've
Gator,
ever had.
It's not Speed Gator.
No,
And
nothing
then,
is.
a widower hopes for a fresh start by purchasing property that contains a wildlife park, where he and his commanding officer hatch a matchmaking scheme to link up two people with a distaste for each other.
We bought a
zoo.
And that's all.
I know you guys are both very
Wait,
ready
is
to say
it,
we bought
is
a
it
zoo.
Hitch?
Oh, can you read the?
Can you read the whole thing again?
A widower hopes for a fresh start by purchasing property that contains a wildlife park,
We
where
bought a
he and
zoo.
his commanding officer hatch a matchmaking scheme to link up two people with a distaste for each other.
What movie is that? It's not Hitch.
It's not
Commanding
Hitch.
Officer. I have no idea what that is. It's not appropriate for the military to be involved in romantic entanglements. I'll say
No, I don't
That's
think
how long
any of
ago
us here
this story
endorse
was
that.
written.
that. Long ago.
Okay.
What? It's the Civil War?
Older.
We bought a zoo.
Older than the Civil War?
If you can believe
There's
it.
no such war.
Oh, so now you're talking to two people who got public school in Missouri. There was an argument.
I truly have no idea. I know we bought a zoo. We bought a zoo of us. Like just the two of us. Maybe it's called just the two of us. I don't know.
Like you invented a whole movie
Yeah,
that
it's
still
called Just the
barely
Two of
fit
Us.
title-wise.
We bought it. Ooh.
It's still a reach, even though you invented the title of
If you were in the
movie.
military and you had to make a dating service,
Hey,
what would you call
hey,
it?
when I'm in the military. So, hey, when I'm in the military.
We are
When
looking
you're in
for
the military.
We Bought Us Do About Nothing.
Oh, fuck
Oh,
off.
that doesn't even make sense, man.
Hey,
I should have
tell
known you were
that
going
to-
to pull the shit when
Who
you said
submitted
Joey rhymed
that?
with Phoebe. I should
When
have
you
known.
heard Joey rhyme with Phoebe, I have to give a shout out to some people who wrote some of these titles. Podcast fans in the Discord, Masubi and Bubs wrote a few of these titles. I don't remember who wrote We Bought a Do About Nothing, but I like that one. It might have been
Right
It definitely
is a
wasn't
generous way of
Me. It
describing
was. They wronged it, but it's just RONGED.
Thanks, Masubi and Bubs, for
yeah,
contributing.
thanks.
Current
Masubi
score
and Bubs.
going into our final game is 21-13. Vinny, you are winning the podcast. This last game is called Guess
It's
What
not
Movie
fair.
My Dad is
I'm
Describing.
sorry, it's not fair.
It's okay. I'm not.
Having only watched the
can leave me
trailer and
behind.
never having heard of the movie, the game.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Guess what movie trailer Kyle's dad is describing, having only watched the trailer and never having heard of the movie game.
How this works is my dad describes a movie trailer. You have
Yeah.
to guess what movie it's for. It can be any movie that's ever existed.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Okay. So he just asks the girl out at the bank. Bold move.
Out at the bank.
So there's a pilot, and he has to go to court.
There's a pilot.
Now he's on the phone with the FBI.
I know
Busy
what it
guy.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
this is
generally
the Dev
well
Patel movie.
dressed. He's back on the airplane,
He's back
spending
on
the
the-
most time there. While I think the FBI searches for him.
I think the FBI.
A lot of quick cuts, a lot of men in glasses,
Men in glasses.
and women with long hair.
Beautiful women.
Wait,
Wait.
Is this Apollo 13? Wait, no. Okay, now the main guy has long hair and is tapping at a kid through a window. He's surrounded by paper, yelling, "Merry Christmas."
Any guesses to win the podcast?
He's surrounded by paper. I don't know. I think it's the Dev Patel. Wait, it can be any trailer from any point in time?
Yeah.
Oh, then I have no idea. There's no way. Your move.
I think it's Catch Me If You Can.
And
It is Catch Me If You Can.
30 points.
That is also only worth 1 point.
Oh.
I do have to tally in writing a script is 75 points.
I'm so
writing a
sorry.
script is
Okay,
75
being a
points.
woman is,
So the winner of
you know.
today's podcast, Vinny, you won the podcast today. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Who's that
Congratulations.
beautiful girl? Could she
Please
be any cuter?
Let everyone know where to find you. Anything you'd like for them to check out. Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you for having
course.
Never Seen Friends.
This was really fun. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at VINN_AYY. That's at VINN_AYY. Additionally, you can find me on Blue Sky at Vinny Thomas. And you can see me in Platonic on Apple TV and also a movie on Amazon called You're Cordially Invited.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Thank
let's
you very
go.
much.
Vinny.
Bailey, runner-up today. Good job.
Thank
Great
you so
efforts all
much.
around. Is there anything you'd like
Thank
to let
you.
people know about?
You can follow me on the internet at Bailey E. Norton. And if you know my phone number, you can text me.
It's 911.
911, bitch.
Could you believe it was available? Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
I've never seen it.